When was the last time you truly looked forward to your birthday? Not just the polite, oh, it's fine, scroll through notifications, but that deep, bubbly anticipation, the kind where you'd wake up at dawn, heart racing, imagining the day unfolding like a gift just for you. Picture it. As a kid, the world revolved around that one day. Balloons bobbed in the breeze, cake smeared with frosting fights, and every hug felt like proof you mattered. Laughter echoed louder. Wishes felt infinite. But now, maybe it's just another Tuesday. The calendar flips, and instead of excitement, there's a quiet hush. You blow out the candle alone in your kitchen, phone silent except for the automated happy birthday from an app you forgot to delete. It's not sadness exactly, more like a sigh, a subtle ache that whispers, has it always been this way? You're not alone in this. So many of us, women juggling careers, relationships, that endless to-do list, feel the shift. It's like the joy got tucked away in a drawer with our old mixtapes, gathering dust while life sped on. But what if this isn't a loss at all? What if it's an invitation, to pause and think, hey, maybe it's time I started showing up for myself the way I do for everyone else. Stick with me. Let's unpack why the spark dims and how to light it from within. Let's ease into this gently. Why do birthdays lose their shine as we grow? It's not that we're becoming grumpy or ungrateful, far from it. Experts talk about how milestone birthdays often trigger this thing called life review, where we naturally pause to assess our paths, like a quiet check in with ourselves. As kids, these days were pure possibility. No baggage, just unfiltered joy. But adulthood layers on expectations, the pressure to have it all figured out, the quiet fear that time is slipping faster than we can catch up. Think about it like this. Emotional maturity means we've learned to protect our hearts a bit more. We've faced letdowns, maybe a forgotten promise from a partner, or the exhaustion of planning everyone else's celebrations while yours passes in a blur. It's like we dial back the excitement to shield against disappointment, Not apathy, but wisdom earned the hard way. You've overthought enough invites that never came, compared your quiet evening to someone else's Instagram glow up, and whispered to yourself, maybe next year. For women especially, this hits deeper. We're wired for connection, the keepers of calendars, remembering anniversaries for friends, kids, even colleagues, yet forgetting our own. It's that people-pleasing pull where we crave being seen to feel secure. But when life gets busy with burnout and boundaries blurred, we internalize the oversight. Suddenly, birthdays aren't about cake. They're mirrors reflecting unmet needs, like self-worth tied to external validation. And here's the tender truth. This fading spark, it's a sign you're evolving, not losing emotion, but redirecting it inward. As we hit our 20s, 30s, that overthinking quiets into awareness. You start asking, what do I truly want? Not the party, but presence. Not the cheers, but self-compassion. Maybe that's just part of growing up, or maybe we just stopped giving ourselves permission to feel joy without strings attached. It's okay if it feels bittersweet. Research from the American Psychological Association suggests these moments foster growth, turning reflection into resilience. So, if your heart feels a little heavier on your day, no, it's not broken. It's just learning to celebrate in a deeper way. Let me share a quiet story from someone close to me, a woman I'll call Elena, in her early 30s, the kind who lights up rooms without trying. Elena was the birthday queen for everyone else, surprise brunches for her best friend, themed cakes for her niece that took hours to bake, even office potlucks she'd orchestrate down to the playlist. It's my love language, she'd say with a laugh, masking the way her own days slipped by unmarked. Last year, her 32nd rolled around like any other. She woke to birdsong outside her apartment window, brewed coffee strong and black, and waited. By noon, a few texts pinged in, sweet but scattered. No call from her sister buried in her own chaos. Her partner? Babe, I got caught up at work. Rain check? Elena smiled through it, posting a solo selfie with a filter that hid the hollow in her eyes. That night, she curled up with takeout, scrolling stories of glittering parties, wondering why hers felt like an afterthought. It wasn't anger that hit her, it was exhaustion. All those years of pouring out, and now staring at her reflection, she saw it. She'd become so good at making others feel seen, she'd forgotten how to see herself. Then came the turning point, the one that cracked her open. While scrolling mindlessly, Facebook memories popped up, an old video from years ago, her mom's voice crackling through the phone, singing happy birthday with that warm, off-key laugh, the one that always made Elena feel like the center of the universe. She hit play, and just like that, the tears came, hot and unstoppable, not just for the mom she'd lost 2 years back, but for the girl who used to believe she deserved that kind of uncomplicated joy. In that raw, heaving sob on her couch, Elena realized, I've been waiting for permission to celebrate me, and maybe, just maybe, it's time I gave it to myself. Elena's shift started small after that. A gratitude list for the woman she'd become, fierce and kind despite the doubts. And here's where inspiration struck. Like Diane Keaton, who, in her memoir Then Again, reflects on the futility of fighting time's marks, saying, the exhausting effort to control time by altering the effects of age doesn't bring happiness. As reported in interviews with Parade magazine, Keaton embraced her lines and grays at 79, choosing fearless self-acceptance over perfection. Elena saw herself there, not chasing youth's frenzy, but honoring the quiet strength of now. If you're nodding along, drop a comment below. Share when your birthday felt overlooked. Your story might just light someone else's path. Now let's turn that recognition into something real. Because healing isn't about grand gestures. It's the quiet art of showing up for yourself. Imagine reframing your birthday not as a performance for others, but a private ritual for your soul. No need for confetti or crowds, just you, present and kind. Start here. Emotional self-awareness, that cornerstone of emotional intelligence, means tuning into your inner world without judgment. On your day, try this. Carve out 30 minutes. No phone, just a notebook. Jot down 3 things you're proud of, not achievements, but the small ways you've grown. That time you said no to drain you, the boundary you held with grace. These are your victories, threads of self-worth woven through the years. Studies show reflections like that boost resilience, shifting focus from what's missing to what's bloomed. But honestly, it's more than data. It's like giving your heart a long overdue hug. For the modern woman tangled in overthinking and comparison, this is revolutionary. We've spent decades measuring our glow against filters and feeds, but we can rewrite the script. Your birthday becomes a checkpoint. How far have I come in loving myself? Not perfectly, and that's the beauty. If burnout whispers doubts, counter with compassion. Light a candle, play your favorite slow song, and whisper, I'm here, and that's enough. You know, in those moments, it hits you. Maybe joy isn't something we chase out there. It's the permission we give ourselves right here, messy and all. Let's get practical, because growth thrives on steps, not just size. Create your soul birthday. A walk in the park where you notice the world's quiet gifts, or a solo tea ritual honoring the parts of you that ache. Build that secure base within, so external lulls don't shake you. And remember, this maturity, it's not isolation, it's freedom. You stop waiting for the world to remember and start reminding yourself. As we navigate self-doubt and the pull to please, these moments foster what experts call post-traumatic growth, turning quiet pains into profound peace. You're not skipping joy, you're choosing a deeper one that doesn't depend on applause. So, next time the date approaches, lean in. Your heart knows the way back to wonder. It's just waiting for you to lead. As we wrap this up, let's circle back to that child inside you, the one who believed birthdays were magic because she was. She's still there, not faded, just waiting for a gentler kind of wonder. You've walked through the overthinking, the doubts, the years of giving more than you got. And in that journey, you've become the quiet force who knows. You don't need a crowd to shine. Remember Elena whispering her own truths under the stars? Or Diane Keaton, fearless in her reflections, teaching us that true beauty blooms in acceptance. Your birthday isn't a test of how much the world sees you. It's a mirror of how deeply you see yourself. And darling, that's the real gift. The permission to exist unapologetically in all your evolving glory. So when the day comes, pause. Breathe in the life you've built, the laughs, the lessons, the loves that linger. You're not less excited, you're more alive, choosing depth over dazzle. And in that choice, pure, radiant peace. Maybe next year you'll buy yourself a single candle again. Maybe that'll be enough. Or maybe it'll be more. Who knows? If this eased your heart even a little, hit that like button and subscribe. We're in this growth together, one gentle step at a time. You've got this. Happy birthday to the you that's always been enough.